All right, welcome everybody. Today's video, we find ourselves kind of northeast of Ayutthaya, and we're going to take a quick look at a interesting temple over here. We're at Wat Bamrung Tham, I believe is how you say it, which is keeping of the Dharma, which is keeping of the Buddhist teaching is what it means. And this temple was at one time known as Wat Yao, which is the temple of the Long Bridge. And anyway, we're not going to be able to see a whole lot here, but what got me is this really interesting old ordination hall. So we're going to look around here and we're going to see. Now this temple dates back to, I believe, the early Ayutthaya period, like the 1350s. So this is how old the old ordination hall is. And then it has a new ordination hall, which is the late Ayutthaya period. So we're going to take a look and we're going to see what we see. So what's going on over here now is all the monks are, they were doing a funeral, so they're getting ready to go somewhere, so they got all the flowers and everything, they're loading up in the truck and they're going to go off and do something. All the families are over here. We're not going to go around where the crematorium is and stuff. They have it all set up with the flowers and the ribbons, the white and black ribbons and everything. But we'll take a look at all of these buildings. It's kind of funny, they loaded up about 15 monks in the back of that truck. So it's like, how many monks can you get in a truck? I guess all of them. So here's some of the halls over here. They have like a little shrine set up, and then they have the Buddha statue over there. So this hall is locked up, but we can see from the outside. All the monks are all busy doing the funeral. So you can see this is the ordination hall. It has the stones out, and it's a long, slender building. It has the high roof, three-tiered, and it is built in the late Ayutthaya styling. So this hall here was built before the fall of Ayutthaya to the Burmese. Now with the fall of Ayutthaya, all of the records were lost. They don't know anything about it, just like almost everything here, especially the lesser known temples. But they surmised that this temple here was like a local temple, and it served the community out here. And it doesn't have any really like famous stories about it, and it's not even on some of the earlier maps because it was out of the Ayutthaya area, the main Ayutthaya area. So it's nice enough. It has all the normal styling you see. It has the really nice Garuda up on the front. You can see it's the Vishnu riding the Garuda that's on the gable. This is a little better look at it. So they put some wiring up there to keep the pigeons out. We can see the Garuda and the Vishnu standing on his shoulders, and it has those huge columns. Yeah, this is a really interesting looking building from the outside. I don't know if there's any murals on the inside. I would assume that they are, but I don't know because I can't get in there and see. Okay, so this is this hall, and you can see kind of what it looks like. Now the reason I came, let's go over and take a look at it. You can see over on the back door, so they have the Buddha there, and those really thick wooden doors, and the window shutters are all carved and painted, just like you see on the normal temples. Okay, now this is the reason I came. Check out this old building. So this thing is almost 600 years old, and it was pretty interesting. I was just talking to that guy there that has this little baby. So they have a brand new baby, and they brought it over to get the blessing. The Ayutthaya is what they call it. So this building here is a pretty simple building. It has two entrances on the front. It has a kind of a sloped porch, and then it has three of the rectangular windows on each side. And you can see it's in pretty bad shape, but it is 600 years old. Now this area here was where the Burmese came, and they set up their armies over in this area. It's pretty close to some of the other important parts of the battle. Now you can see here how deteriorated this building is. And the guy was telling me that this temple has actually had a lot of looting over the years. This temple, every time they come over here and they put like new window shutters in, somebody loots it out. They've looted the marker stones on the outside. But check this out. This is really, really cool. So you can see the condition. I mean, it is really deteriorated. And I don't know if there was at one time murals in the walls over here. I would assume so, but they are long since gone. I mean, the windows, the shutters are missing, so birds just come in here and everything else. We can see the roof is still in somewhat good shape. There's a few holes and all of that. So it doesn't look like the temple spends really any money on this to keep it up. I mean, there's not a whole lot they can do unless they spend a lot. Maybe put a new roof over the top. It would be nice if they did preserve it some. But the Buddha is quite nice. And then you can see the window shutters, what are here. So people have looted these off for whatever reason. I don't know what they would do with the wood. At the back door, it's kind of missing and everything else. You can see the pedestal where the Buddha is sitting. So this part of it is fairly new. And now what the lady's doing is she's making a little merit. So she just got done praying, and now she'll sweep up this hall to clean it up. That's another way that they'll make merit. Yeah, they need some new tiles and everything else on it. So I hope they do something to kind of preserve this temple. It needs a lot of work. Okay, let's look around on the outside of it now. Okay, and you can see the old temple wall here. And then these are where the ordination stones were on the outside. And a lot of times they'll have like the little, what they call the sima. It'll look like kind of like a lotus. And those, from what the guy said, those have all been looted off over many occasions. But they're in pretty bad shape. Oh, and they have some alms bowls over here. So these are actually alms bowls that the monks will carry. And this is what, these are kind of rusted out here. But these are what the monks carry with that little, like that orange ribbon, and the people put the food in it and make the donations for the temple. And then underneath this here, we'll have that round stone, and it'll be down in the ground. Now the wall here is what separates the holy, like the sacred world from the man's world outside. So this is the boundary zone of like the sacred space of the temple itself. And you can see here, there's no plaster or anything remaining on this. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting little building. Okay, now Wat Win, that's his name in the blue. What he's doing now is he's walking around 3 times around the temple. He's doing a little ceremony for the new baby. And this is a nice look at the side. So here's that little porch, and the 2-tiered roof, and then the 3 rectangular windows on this side. And you can see how thick the plastering was and everything down here on the base. Now the 2-tier roof, I believe that became more commonplace in the Middle Ayutthaya style. But this one here is older than that, so it might have been like an early design of it that later on became popular. And then here's the entrance into the wall. And the last thing we'll look at is we'll look at this chedi here in the back. But people have came and they've put, you know, little Buddhas and stuff up in the window, and a lot of times those are looted out also. Yeah, it's a shame that people have came and taken the sima stones. I don't know what they would do with them. I guess they thought it was luckier than being at the temple. Okay, so here is the old chedi. And the top's missing. And you can see that they used to have the lotus buds and everything up there on the top. You can see how it was constructed with the brick. And kind of the base of it also is coming apart, the same as the base of this hall. You can see the back door is missing. Yeah, I really like this style of building. Whenever I see one of these, I got to get out and look at them. This is my favorite styling of the Ayutthaya era. Just a simple little building, and usually they'll just be all white on the outside, and a lot of times you'll get in there and there'll be some really nice murals painted on the walls. You can see how this back wall here is kind of sloughed off. There's some of the ceiling tiles there, and then the back door is just missing. So, I mean, this is open all the time to the animals and the looters and everything. And I don't know if this would have been a naga here. It's kind of hard to tell. It kind of looks like it would have been a little naga. And you can see what's left of the plasters and the cracks and everything. All right, guys, so that's going to finish up a pretty quick little video over here at Wat Bamrung Tham. It's an interesting little building. You know, whenever I'm out exploring and I find stuff like this is always a lot of fun. And then I can read a little bit about it and kind of tell you some. And you know, to me, stuff like this is really, really interesting. The you know, the history of Ayutthaya and all of that goes through these temples because, you know, they're the only buildings that were made out of brick. So anything that was built in the old days, if it was made out of wood, the termites and the insects destroyed it. Also the flooding, all the wood rotted away. But the buildings that were made out of brick stay intact. And so you see what you see here. And so this is a link to Thai history. You know, there's not a lot that I know about it because all the records were destroyed. Whenever the Burmese captured Ayutthaya, they looted anything of value. The whole city burned. You know, all the houses burned. The people either fled or were enslaved or were killed. So the people that knew about it, you know, all that history died with them. So anyway, what you see is what we get. And so anyway, I still like to go and explore it and show you guys a little bit about it. So if you like stuff like this, definitely smash the like button and subscribe to my channel if you're new here. This again, what I've said before, this is what I do. I go show you things that I see. I'm out exploring. I'm having a good time doing stuff like this. And if you like this, then definitely subscribe and stick around, then you're notified when I post a new video. And definitely leave me a comment, tell me what you think. And if you know something about it, leave me a comment also. And definitely smash the like button. And until next time, guys, from over here, kind of northwest of Ayutthaya, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.